White wins with the king here, but where do you move the king? Black played his pawn check here, and your king move really matters here to win this. So can you know which place to move the king to in order to win? So pause the video and try to find the only move. So if you played your king to d6, the most obvious move to be protecting your pawn, he will play his knight to d4, and when you play your pawn to e7, he will play knight f5 check, and when you move your king, he will take the pawn and black will win here. If you move the king to c4, he will play b5 check, and you can't go here because of this knight, so you will play your king to b4 to prevent his knight from c5, but he will play his knight to d2, not even to d4, and when you push your pawn to e7, you think that black can't stop the pawn here, but he can stop it. Only one move, he will sacrifice his pawns here, he will play c5 check. If you take the c5 pawn, he will play his knight to e4 check, and after you move your king, he will play knight to f6, and he prevented you from promoting, and he will promote this pawn to a queen. And if you take the b pawn, now he will play knight to e4, and when you promote the pawn to a queen, he plays knight d6 check, fork also, and when you move your king, he will take the queen and black wins here. And if you moved your king to e4, now he will just play knight c5 and you lost the pawn. So the only move here for white is to move the king to e5. If he played his knight to c5 attacking a pawn, you must push it or black will win. He will play knight to d7 check, and you must be careful here to move your king in the right place. So because he wants to put his knight to f6 and prevent you from promoting, so you must go to e6 first. If he returned and did a knight check again, now you just go to d6, and if he played his knight check, now you play your king to e5 and he can't use his knight from f6 or from d6, and white wins here. And if he moved his knight to d2, you will play e7 to promote to a queen. If he played his knight to c4 check, again you must be careful of his knight tricks to stop you from promoting. So you will play your king to e6 to prevent knight d6, and now he really can't stop you from promoting. And if he used his knight from f3 check, if you went to king e6, he will try knight d4 check, and you don't go to king d6 because of knight fork from f5, so you will play your king to d7, and here he can't do a trick like knight f6 check because you need to do two moves in order to go to knight f6. And if he tried knight g5 check, you will still play your king to e7. If he played his knight to e4 to do a knight f6 check, you must return to king e6. If he repeated the move here to knight g5 check, now you will change your move and you play your king to f6. And if he played his knight check here, it will return to the same placement of your king that you prevent him from knight f6 and knight d6, and white wins here. I hope you enjoyed this puzzle. If you enjoyed it, make sure to like the video, and thank you for watching.